guys, it's Katie with String Expert. Today I want to talk to you about preserving and protecting your hearing. As a musician, the most important thing that we can do is make sure that we always are able to maintain our hearing for the long term. And in order to do this, we need to wear hearing protection and be very proactive about protecting our hearing. Now, one thing that I would recommend is that you go and you purchase a set of custom musician earplugs. They look like this and they fit perfectly in your ear. And how they work is that you have the custom mold of the earplug plus this little hole here that's filled with a filter. And they have different filter levels, some for very strong hearing protection and some for just a little bit of hearing protection. I wear and use these all the time in my everyday life, and I would recommend you getting a pair too. So we all know about regular hearing protection, the foam earplugs, and those are okay, but what happens with those is that you get this muffled sound, and a lot of times people don't put them in correctly, so they end up actually not having any hearing protection at all, even though they're wearing them. So with these, you make sure that they're in correctly because there's only one way to fit them in there. And then secondly, you can change out the filters. So for example, if I am playing a concert and I want to have the ability to hear a lot more, then I'm going to put in a lighter filter. Or if I'm playing an extremely loud concert, I'm going to use the heavy filter. And what this does is it filters out the majority of the volume, but I can still hear what's going on, which is really, really important for any musician. A lot of kids too, when they start playing, they complain about how loud the instrument is. Well, that's because they have great hearing and their instrument is actually causing some hearing damage. So what I would recommend is just getting a pair of musician earplugs and wearing them when you practice. I wear these things for a lot of my everyday life. Like for example, when I'm getting on and off an airplane, it's extremely loud and it really hurts my ears. So I always have my custom musician earplugs in when I get on and off airplanes. Sometimes I go to my friend's house. They are watching a movie and it's just way too loud for me. I just put in my earplugs. Nobody knows or cares. They can still have a great conversation with me, but I'm not destroying my hearing. Now, if I'm going to a very loud event, say a race with cars or something like that, where I know it's going to be extremely noisy, what I like to do is double up on my hearing protection. So I will wear my custom musician earplugs, and then I also wear muffles on top of that. This just preserves and protects my hearing for the long term, and so I just think it's really, really important. The other thing to be very careful of is your headphones. A lot of times we have our volume up way too loud and we don't actually need it to be that loud. So that's causing more damage to our hearing. So what I like to do is I put my headphones in, I have the volume all the way down to 0, and then I just slowly adjust it to as high as I need to hear what's going on, but not so loud that it's blaring in my headphones. You also want to be very careful, when you're driving around in a car. Yeah, it's fun to blast the music, I totally agree. But that can cause some serious lasting hearing damage in your ear. Now, I am not sponsored at all by Westone, but I would recommend getting your custom earplugs made by Westone, just simply because they are committed to making sure that you have good quality hearing protection. A few years ago, before I even started my YouTube channel, I had a serious problem with my musician's earplugs. And so I called and I actually ended up talking to the CEO of the company who took care of everything and made sure that everything was done correctly. And so because of that, I will always be a Westone customer because I think they have an excellent quality product. I think that they're devoted to really being careful to make sure that people have good hearing protection and they value their customers, which is really, really important. So how you get a custom earplug made is you just simply go to your audiologist, you have them take the molds for you, they ship them to the company, and then the company makes them for you. They ship them back, and Westone offers a guarantee, so if it's not done right, you just simply get a new mold done and send it back, and they send it back to you free of charge. So as a musician, it's really important to protect your hearing, and I hope by doing this you understand why it's so important and how to be proactive in your everyday life, making sure that you protect your hearing.